Friends, hello and welcome back. Hopefully everyone is having a lovely day. NHL 24 is here. It's amongst us. I tell you what, the menus looking pretty I like the menus. We've been talking about this for a couple years now. Not the greatest eyesight, just putting it out there. Not the greatest eyesight. It's like, man, this white on gray, this white on white with the small it ain't working yet. It ain't working. Kind of strenuous a little bit. And they go with the dark on white font here. I love it. I'm a big fan of it. Big upgrade there. We're gonna go ahead and run through some of these overalls though for every single team this year. Clayton Keller coming out 89 overall this season. There's one where they was going to get it. He's a great season. A couple of them here in a row, and he's really starting to come together on his Arizona team here. Really becoming his team, if you will. There, O'Brien with the 77. Boston, David Pastrnak had the 94 overall. McAvoy 92. Marcia 91. Lindholm 88. I got questions now. I know as Boston fans, I know what this answer is, but as a non-Boston, and that's okay. I'd be a Blue Jacket fan. I'd be just as biased. But as a non-Boston fan, or maybe as a Boston fan, love your opinion about it. Everybody's opinion matters. How do you feel about David Pastrnak having that higher overall than Nikita Kucherov? Besides being injured, Kucherov has just been the third highest point per game player in the league behind Draisaitl and McDavid over the last 3 seasons at like 1.4. Was it 1.41? I think 1.41 or 1.47. Meanwhile, Pastrnak's sitting at like 1.1 and 8. It's not even close. Now, Pastrnak or anything just put up a whole lot of goals this last season, and they pay the goal scorer in this game, so that makes a lot of sense. From an overall standpoint, maybe that's where they're thinking. I thought it was an interesting one, though, thinking, man, just a little bit overall. I always feel like when you give the person the highest overall, it's like you think they're the best player at that position. And you know what? You score the goals, you drive the ship, and I guess you kind of are, but I don't know. I'm a Kucherov fanboy, I guess. Thinking just from that perspective. But again, there's so much to consider when you say, hey, how many goals have you scored? How do you play defensively? So on and so forth. How many hits you take in the defensive mechanisms of the game. Oh, geez. Look at Colorado. McCarr, 95. McKinnon, 95. Rantanen, 93. Even Devin Tays up to the 89 overall. The 23 years young. Did Landeskog get downgraded? I don't know. Landeskog is so old, it seems like. He's 30 years old. I feel like he's been in the league forever. I remember... Right? It wasn't an NHL 14. It ain't been an NHL 14. There ain't no way. I guess he would have been 21. I feel like it's been since that long where he's always been like an 87, 88 overall in the video games. It was like a lock for every year. Oh, Landeskog's gonna be an 87. But once McKinnon and Rantanen came around, he started putting up a few more points, and his overall went up a little bit. How's my Blue Jackets looking? Kent Johnson got the 84. Good for Kent. The defense ain't looking bad. Rob Severson. This could be the Blue Jackets year. You're going to see Ken Johnson get better. You're going to see Fantilli play a little bit more. This could be the Blue Jackets here. I don't know where the expectations are. I'm kind of interested. I feel like the Blue Jackets were really, and this is what's interesting about it all. I feel like the Blue Jackets are one of those teams where it was, you didn't expect them to be as bad as they was last season. And there was a lot of injuries. They was completely plowed with injuries. You think, hey, they come back, play healthy. They bring some, some of their young guys have an extra year of experience. You bring in another guy through the draft. How much of an impact can that have on this team? Can they really start to get things going? Maybe they'll be a playoff contender. Maybe they'll be 500. Maybe they'll contend, though. Maybe be in a spot, you get into early March, and this team's still in a race for a playoff spot, which would be exciting as well. McDavid, 97. Draisaitl, 95. Nugent Hopkins, 88. Ekholm and Nurse got three good defensemen at 85 plus. Kind of interested to see. I think they just to bring it up, I think they kind of upped the overall system a little bit this season. I know a lot of us, we hear more and more. It's like, hey, you got to give McDavid the 99. You have a 99 overall in the game for a reason, because it's the best player in the game. It's the best you can possibly be in the game, and that's the reason you have a 99, because that's the max. And it's like that's McDavid. And then you kind of rate everybody from there. But nonetheless, McDavid, I think last year was a 96. He's a 96 or 95 in every season. He's a 97 this season. We see a lot of 95 overalls in a wing. We've seen, I don't know if we've seen anybody at 95. I think there's 93 was the max at wing last season. So we've seen a lot of 95s, 94s there. So you kind of have to balance that. I almost forgot a couple of guys. You kind of have to balance that throughout the rest of the league. Like Spurgeon, Brodin would normally be an 86, maybe, probably. Zuccarello, 85, X and 84. Kind of in that regards there. If you're into that kind of thing, understanding where maybe they top out at the years prior. Suzuki, 88. Cole Caulfield, the elite medium potential, 22 years young. Matheson, 84. Got a lot of young guys over in Montreal that can figure things out over there. Oh, sorry, y'all is tired. Well, I just woke up. Could have happened. Had to get a little bit of sleep, but Roman Yossi wasn't gonna sleep a lot. I tell you what, I woke up like 3 or 4 times in the whole 4 hours of sleep we got going. That's 4, but like 3 or 4 times. Yeah, like, hey, that's what happens on release day. You're a little excited. Jack Hughes with the 91, Dougie Hamilton with the 90, Nico Hischier 89, Timo Meier. Timo, interesting at the 87. Yeah, I want to see the stats just for fun. Timo Meier, not those stats. Timo Meier, 90 shot accuracy, 90 shot power. I was interested because he dropped 40 goals. So I mean, he's a 40 goal scorer and a power forward. Now I think about it, to think that he's really got some abilities to kind of take some categories down here. But however, nonetheless, we'll see if he can match that again this season. Maybe we get an upgrade. Pelesh and Barzell hit the 88s. Polak with the 87. Dodson with the 87. Brock Nelson 86. Engvall, how you doing? 81. Oh, by the way, we will get to the goaltenders. We'll go to them last. I don't want to switch it back and forth. I feel like it'd take longer if we want to right trigger back and forth. I want to try to get through this as quick as possible for you guys that may be just looking for a certain player, certain team. Panarin 93, Fox 92, Kreider 86, Blake Wheeler on the Rangers. Now I forgot all about that. How are we looking over here in Ottawa? Talk about a young and up and coming team. Stützle 21, Brady Tkachuk 24, Shabbat 26. I mean, the guys, and Chikrin 25. I mean, you got that core, those 4 players in your team, and you got some leadership over there. Giroux, Tarasenko. I mean, this is a team, again, you can expect them to take another step, probably make some more noise. Couturier, now really, well, you got connecting, as I say, one of the lone pieces kind of left over there in Philly that's been there. How long's Lawton been there? That's been there for the last 10 years, if you will. A lot of these guys, new faces, kind of rebuilding, restructuring phase. Sid the Kid Crosby 93, Erik Karlsson. Oh, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be a good time. How's Letang do at 36? Can he stay healthy? Well, you got Karlsson and Letang. Then you have Malkin. And again, we wonder how Karlsson does playing with another big fish. Now, remember, it was San Jose, right, where it seemed like when he first came over there, it seemed like that was a great idea. But it almost felt like him and Brent Burns are kind of holding each other back to where there was. It's weird to say it that way, but sometimes there's chemistry problems. Sometimes those guys taking up minutes with other guys are used to playing positions they're used to being in, holding the puck, whatever. And it almost felt like that in San Jose for things to kind of go to the sideways when it felt like both of those guys could really carry a team by themselves. I know we said Karlsson kind of lighted up again last season. Now we'll see. Hopefully Karlsson continues to see some success. York Strand, Blue Jacket legend, 84 overall right there. Jaden Swartz 83. Wenberg, another Blue Jacket legend. There's a lot of them on the Seattle Kraken team. Tanev 82. Yamamoto, LaFleury, and Hayden. Buchnevich with the 88. Jordan Kyrou with the 88. A couple solid players there for the St. Louis Blues last season. Robert Thomas 87. Braden Shed, Kevin Hayes. Couple ex-Flyers there. Flyers and Blues kind of swapping some players around there a little bit. Bortuzzo with the 80 overall. Rosen 78. There's Kucherov, as we mentioned before, the 95 instead of 94. Thought it was interesting. Again, I'm gonna say a lot of it's got to do with, well, even the accuracy on a shot for him to get high number. I didn't see that make sense. You say if you're gonna give Kucherov the 97, 95, it's like, dang, you have to give Pastrnak like the 98 and 95. You have to bump it up a lot more. But then you say, how much more does Kucherov get on the passing, the puck control compared to him? And how much does that matter? I think the shot, as we mentioned in the past, the shot always weighs more, and that's what we always seen. Granted, he was, possibly the greatest goal scorer of all time as well. We always seen Ovi up there, even when he dropped like 20 assists and 45 goals one season, he'd still be number one, just because, again, the goal scoring much more difficult. Auston Matthews, especially with accuracy. Mitch Marner, William Nylander, Johnny T. Morgan Riley, probably Bertuzzi, Max Domi with the 84, Jake Muzzin with the 84. These Toronto Maple Leafs looking to make some noise again this season, possibly make them playoffs. Pedersen, I would say it's probably playoffs or bust for Toronto. Really, it's cup or bust. It's starting to feel like for Toronto at this point, right? Pedersen 92, Quinn Hughes 90, JT with the 87. Brock Besser kind of seeing a little bit of a downgrade there, down to the 84 this season. I believe he was an 86, 87 typically. in years past. So him going down a little bit there. He can get it back. He can get it back. Good solid season. Vegas, Jack Eichel, Mark Stone, Alex Pietrangelo, Shea Theodore, the reigning, defending Stanley Cup champions. What the overalls have in store for us here. It looks like, again, EA showing us, hey, they might not have some crazy high elite overalls. I mean, Jack Eichel's great. We're not seeing like a 93 plus, but they have a heck of a lot of bona fide above average players. And that's kind of what you expect. I have a Stanley Cup winner as well here. Washington, we got Ovi Carlson, both 33 plus. Now, I didn't realize Carlson was 33 years old. Ovechkin 38. Ovechkin just keeps trucking along. I don't even trucking along. I don't even care about Ovechkin. I don't even question it at this point. You do have to question the Washington Capitals in general, though. With that age, can they continue to fight through with that age team, or do we start to see, you know, them slowly enter that rebuild phase? It's hard to do. You can't really rebuild when you still have Ovechkin and John Carlson back there. We'll see what they do this season. Washington can still make some noise. They just get a little jolt there, get a little momentum going. John Morrissey, 89. Kyle Connor, 89. Mark Scheifele with the 88. Nikolai with the 86. Neil Pionk up there as well. DeMello. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. I apologize. That was weird. Connor Hellbuck now with the 9-1. All right. Kemper with the 86. All right. Lehner, Thompson, Aiden Hill. Interesting. Thatcher with the 87. Slavs with the 70. Silovs. I love that. That's a great name. Artur Silovs. I like it. Toronto Maple Leafs. Samsonov 86. Martin with the 82. Woll with the 80. Matt Murray still making the squad. Andre Vasilevsky with the 93. I'm sorry, why are we yawning so much? Jordan Meeting to the 94. Hoffer with the 79. We got Grubauer cracking the 83. Capo Kokinen. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Blackwood actually has an 82 this year. Good for him. Tristan Yard, the 87. All right, Yari. Carter Hart with the 87. Carter Hart's still 20, but it feels like Carter Hart's been around for a while. That's the thing about the Flyers, too. It's like, hey, who knows where they're at? Because you get a guy like Carter Hart, still growing, still improving, who can really, you know, he takes that next step, can just go out there and carry that squad. Jonas Corposal with the 84, Forsberg with 82. We got a Blue Jacket goaltender back there in Ottawa. Just jerking 92. Johnny Quick with the 87. Sorokin with the 92. Serbian Varlamov out there backing him up. Vanacek with the 85. Schmid's got some potential over there with the Devils. We'll see what he can do. Saros with the 89. Not so bad there. Jake Allen still making his rounds in the league. The Smith with the 83 as well. Carey Price still under that contract. Gustafsson in the 86. All right, Gustafsson's an interesting one. See, the thing with Gustafsson, we have to keep in mind with everybody is, you know, EA kind of makes you prove it with goalies, especially if you're a young goalie that ain't played much. He didn't play a full season. I mean, he played, but, you know, he didn't play like 60 games. But Gustafsson was nasty. Gustafsson was really nasty for Minnesota last season. If he can string another one of those together this season, I would assume he's going to see a massive upgrade in that overall. Spencer Knight, 85. Sergei Bobrovsky had that great playoff run until the wheels kind of fell off there for him at the end. 86 overall. Love to see it, though. Good for Bob. I was so happy to see Bob go out there and make a playoff Stanley Cup appearance. I would have loved to see him win it. It's all right, though, that he didn't, but man, I love what he did for the Blue Jackets. I love seeing this guy, you know, it almost like his job was on the line there. It kind of was bouncing back and forth there for the Florida Panthers. Nice to see him go out there, get hot, and really help carry and, you know, push this team on a deep playoff run. A lot of people did not expect them coming out of that conference. So good for them, good for him. Georgiev with the 86, Mrazek with the 82. Carolina has Freddie Anderson. I can't say his name. Antti Raanta. There's a lot of talk who's going to be the backup goalie over there in Carolina. Carolina might be able to fill us in on that one because they still have Raanta. Markstrom with the 86. Vladar with the 83. Lower on the goaltending. We'll see what happens at Buffalo. Is going to be another one that'll be fun at the goaltending. That team's up and coming as well. Just about made playoffs last season. Omork with the 90, Swayman with the 86, and then we go to Arizona, 84, 79. Anaheim, John Gibson, the 86 overall. The Stealth, 79. Stelok still trucking in the league as well, 77. That's going to wrap things up, though. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, I would appreciate you consider liking the video and subscribing. You never have to. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.